Hi, I'm Emily Johnson, and I'm going to be talking about the different areas in the marketing industry. Um, so the first area that I want to talk about is the direct marketer, which is like a position usually in a company such as Sony or Nike. For example, they'll have like a product manager who wants to create a concept of the product that they're trying to sell. Usually, however, the product manager won't be able to create the concept completely by themselves, so they usually have to outsource to an advertising agency. Um, and then the advertising agency comes up with the actual concepts for the advertisement, to be put on TV and like a commercial or something like that. For example, companies like advertising agencies are usually large companies in big cities like New York City or Chicago or Los Angeles or something like that. So then that after the advertising agency, there's the media, and media selling companies usually sell opportunities for the different advertisements on different forms of media. So for example, if you want to um, if you want to have a commercial on TV, the media selling company would come to you and offer you the different numbers representing how many people view certain channels at certain times of day, and you would use those numbers to decide which time of day is best for your company to purchase on which channel. Or they might also sell you different opportunities on like websites to run an online advertisement, or they might sell space in a newspaper or magazine. So now I'm going to talk about the different fields and careers within these different areas of the marketing industry. Like, first of all, everybody usually thinks about advertising when they think about marketing, so the first thing that I'm going to go into is advertising and different careers in advertising that you can have. So basically, the advertising agencies, like I talked about before, they create promotional campaigns for a product. The careers in advertising are usually very competitive, and they don't start out with a lot of money. You don't make a lot of money, and you kind of have to work your way up. First, there's when you first enter a marketing agency, an advertising agency, you could be a copywriter and come up with concepts for advertisements, or you could be an art director and assemble the layout of the advertisements. You could also be a creative director, who's like the top art director. They administer all the advertising campaigns. Then you can also be an account executive, who's the link between the client and the advertising agency. And they basically try to keep the client happy with the agency's work and make sure that the agency is reflecting all of the different, different concepts for the product that the original client wants to be in the advertisement. Also, at the involved in the advertising field is media buying, and they're the people who look at the different forms of media and decide which one will be most beneficial for the client. Like if the client wants to reach a younger demographic, or if they want to reach the middle class or something like that, depending on who the client wants to reach and how much money they want to spend and how many people they want to get their ad out to. That's how they would determine what form of media is the best, and that's what a media buyer would do. The next major field in marketing is product management, and they're usually the direct marketer in the original client company. So there's usually like a product manager for someplace like Walmart or Sony, like I was saying before, and they're responsible for managing and strengthening all of their brands. So basically they control business and marketing activities such as research and development, packaging, manufacturing, sales, advertisements, etc. to create the right image for their product. Product management is also a difficult field to get into. Usually you need many years of working in sales and a master's in business administration before you can be considered for project management. Usually newcomers to these positions are put on a brand team and then they work their way up to brand manager. Another traditional marketing field is retail, and some careers in retail include working at a store such as JCPenney, Target, The Gap, Walgreens, as either like a manager trainee or a manager. You could also work in sales, trying to sell your client, trying to sell your product to a client, and you could also be a buyer where you select the products that go on the shelves of the store. The last field that I researched was the market research field, and this field combines psychology and marketing. Usually you work in an advertising agency and you analyze the different qualitative and quantitative data to determine how to promote a product. So you're looking for like what customers want and how to incorporate things like that in the advertisements of your product. So and also you look at why do different commercials work. You want to have advertisements that are going to appeal to different wants and needs of customers, and that's basically what market research tries to figure out. And for this career also a master's in business administration is very helpful. And you also have to be very good at analyzing data. So yeah, that's an interesting field in marketing. So that's my research on the marketing industry.